These screws adjust the positioning of this wheel. Without proper adjustment on these two screws, this wheel will walk these belts off every time. These screws adjust these springs and these blocks, how far up and down that they sit. So they adjust this middle crevice here so that you can have a wider bag if needed. These are the pressure knobs, also adjusted by these screws here. There's a little set nut on it, and you can move any one of them up to adjust to get your belts in there easier. These wheels also move up, and you can lock this set screw in by pushing that up and screwing it in so that it stays farther up while you're trying to put your belts in, and then just loosening it back. These are your cooling blocks, ones with the holes in them. There is a heating element in this block. This block, the fan blows across to cool these down. They also adjust the same as the others. Once you get your belts adjusted, you can do this. Slide that forward on both of them, and it raises this block and this block so that you can get your belts in there. This is where your belts go. You can see the Teflon, or the paper looking belt, is on the back of this wheel, and the rubber belt is on the front of the wheel. The rubber belt will have to be removed before installing a paper belt. The rubber belt can be, you can loosen this piece here with the spanner wrench that has been provided. There's little notches on here to get this belt off. Or you can take your flathead screwdriver, stick it right inside that groove on the bottom of that piece, and roll that piece out. And a lot of times you can get the belt out that way, just like that. Now to reinstall the belt, put it across just like that, pressure with your thumb there, and roll that belt. It's not easy, but just like that, and put everything back in place. Now you've got your belt reinstalled. This piece is your printer assembly, though right now it's not one. There's not one installed. This is where your die and everything assembly to be able to do your embossing. What you will do is you unscrew this screw. This wheel slides off, the new one slides in, and you screw the screw back in. This piece also moves up and down. It's not as easy as the other one, but it does move up and down so that you can get a little bit of adjustment out of it. See, I moved it just a little bit. But you can actually loosen this completely, and that whole piece should move a little bit easier for you. Or if you're having enough trouble, you can just unscrew this and take the wheel off and do what you need to. This is the sensor. This is the sensor that actually reads this little bitty flap here reads how many bags you run. This is your counter. There's a little bitty microchip in the back that actually controls that. This is your rubber wheel. It unscrews right here. This little plate comes off and then it slides off just like your embossing wheel assembly. Right now this is called the knurled wheel because there's not an embossing wheel installed. Obviously these what we were looking at is I have someone asking about belts. They said that their belts are coming off. Now we just installed one of these, and if the belts are walking off, you take your Phillips head screwdriver, this provided or one that you have, and you unscrew this screw here. See that one? Let me zoom in. You unscrew this screw here. And what that will do is that will move this wheel back out. What that will do is that will move this wheel like this. And what it's going to do is it's going to tilt. And it will help your belt to stay on. Without this being in proper adjustment, this will always roll around. It will always come off. The way to properly adjust that is to unscrew this